Nick Kyrgios, thanks very much for your time. I mean, we're speaking at the Malaysian Open Kuala Lumpur. It's about 4 months since things exploded on the scene for you at Wimbledon. How much do you reflect on those 2, 3 weeks on grass at Wimbledon and that lead up in Nottingham that helped you get the wild card?
Yeah, it's been a while since that magical moment, and there's not a day that I think goes by where I don't think about those couple of weeks I had, and that really changed my life, and it gives me motivation to train and keep having that success. And at Nottingham I think Nottingham was actually the key week. I lost first round, and then I ended up qualifying and winning the tournament, which built the momentum up. And I think those couple of weeks were really important.
You've said that you don't like being referred to as being famous because you're still very young and new. But do you like the attention?
Yeah, yes and no. I think I like the part where you get known a little bit, and obviously you get oh geez, I don't know if I should say this, but obviously girls get to know you a little bit as well. And
that's fine, you can say that.
But at the same time, I think it's tough to find that downtime. You're always getting noticed, especially with me in Australia. It's tough to sort of find that time to switch off and recharge the batteries a little bit.
How much has what you've achieved changed you, or if it has changed you? And if I was to ask your mother the same question, what would you think she'd say?
I like to think I haven't changed that much since those couple of weeks. But I think I'm definitely a better tennis player. But I've learned so much from those couple of weeks, and I still got a massive way to go. That's why I don't like to get referred to as a superstar or being famous, because there's such a long way to go to the top.
What have been the benefits, and those benefits, how do they manifest on and off the court?
Obviously sponsors, that's a good thing, but I've just taken so much confidence and self-belief in myself every time I step out on the court now, which I think makes me more of a threat. But I'm just starting to enjoy the game more, and I'm only 19, so I've got so much more to learn. So I've taken, even though I beat Nadal, I lost to Raonic next round, so I learned a lot of things out of that.
The fact that you're planning on not playing anymore this year, 2014, how much of that is to do with obviously tiredness, but physical or mental tiredness more the factor that's made you decide to just take some time off?
It's a bit of both, but physically I've been carrying a couple of niggling injuries, so I need to make sure that they don't keep reoccurring, and obviously go home, recharge the batteries, because I've got a big couple of tournaments coming up, and hopefully a big 2015 as well.
Are you totally comfortable with where you are at the moment, and the people, the other players around you in the locker room? I mean, we're talking like mega names and true superstars and all that, Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, all that. Do you feel comfortable in their surrounds?
I think you know where you stand in the locker room. Every time you see one of those top guys, that we're near their level, and that it's just a completely different. They probably deserve their own locker room. So when I walk past them, I don't say anything unless they say hi, and I'll say something. But obviously I've got a lot of good relationships in the locker room, and it's only the beginning, hopefully, and I just want to keep having success so I can keep walking around with these type of guys. And
then off court, you develop those contacts through social media, and you've got to become quite close and familiar with a lot of the other players like Azarenka and some of those. Talk about that.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun meeting new people and obviously building new relationships.
I'm thinking that what you've achieved this year is not something that you would have imagined at the start of 2014. So how do you put all that to one side and just look ahead to 2015 and take things to another level?
Yeah, it's been a massive year, and it's happened so quickly. So I've had the time to reflect on pretty much every match I've played, and I've obviously noted what I have to improve on. So I'm going to go home now and obviously get healthy and start working on those things as soon as possible to come back stronger next year.
Last question. You've spoken about being homesick in the past when you travel. What do you miss most about when you're traveling? Miss most about not being home?
I think I still get homesick very often, and I just miss the surroundings and the convenience of everything when you're home, and just being in your comfort zone. I don't really like getting pushed out of it too much, but obviously miss my family, my friends, and hopefully one day I'll be able to travel on the road for longer periods of time. But I think right now I miss home still.
On that note, thanks, Nick.
No problem. Cheers.